يا رب صل على نبيك دائما في هذه الدنيا وبعث ثاني يا عين
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Khalid Bhatti and thank you for joining us for today's Religious Founders Day program being sponsored by the Ahmadiyya Muslim community of Greater Houston. The Ahmadiyya Muslim community is a fast, dynamic, international revival movement within Islam which was founded in 1889. It spans over 206 countries and has membership exceeding tens of millions and is currently headquartered in the United Kingdom. The Ahmadiyya Muslim community is the only Islamic organization to believe that the long-awaited Messiah has come in the person of Mirza Ghulam Ahmad of Qadian, peace be on him. Ahmad claimed to be the metaphorical second coming of Jesus of Nazareth, whose advent was foretold by the Prophet of Islam, Muhammad. Religious Founders Day has turned into an annual tradition here at Baptist Sami Mosque in North Houston. However, the seeds for these religious meetings were sown some 100 years ago in British-ruled India. Today, 5 scholars will be sharing their views about the sacred scriptures of their faith. Dr. Kale will present the Vedas of Hinduism. Mr. Black will speak on the Torah. Reverend Mark will speak on the Gospels. Dr. Singh will discuss Guru Granth Sahib of Sikhism. And Imam Mubashir will talk about the Quran. With this brief background, we'll move to the Religious Founders Day proceedings.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم يا أيها الذين آمنوا اجتنبوا كثيرا.
The president of the Ahmadiyya Muslim Community Houston North Chapter welcomed the guests.
The noted theologian Hans Kong once said, "There will be no peace among the nations without the peace among the religions."
Dr. Amr Malik of the Houston South Chapter moderated the program.
Religious Founders Day, and over the years has picked up different names. And part of my task is to be the principal. I need to make sure that everybody stays on time.
The first speaker, Dr. Subhash Kale, discussed the Hindu scriptures and the Vedas.
The Vedas were divided. The great sage Vyasa came along. He edited the book, edited all the different mantras into 4 groups: the Rig, the Yajur, the Sam, and Atharva.
Next, Mr. Ira Black spoke on the Torah of Judaism.
For us, Torah is not the end of the story. For us, the Torah is the beginning of the story. It is the beginning of a conversation that has been going on now for over 3,000 years, uninterrupted.
Dr. Hardam Singh Azad spoke on the Guru Granth Sahib of Sikhism.
ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ. This is a salutation that almost tells you what Sikh faith and Guru Granth Sahib is all about.
The next speaker, Reverend Mark Warpmaker, spoke about the Gospels of Christianity.
But just as many of our previous speakers have said, I speak as a Christian, and many of my neighbors who are Christian may disagree with me completely on what Christianity is about, but also about how the Bible came to be or even how it should be read or used.
The final speaker, Imam Mubashir Ahmad, elaborated upon the Holy Quran of Islam.
There is one more name, al-Furqan. Al-Furqan means that makes the difference between what is right and what is wrong. Now, there are everlasting teachings in the Quran, and we don't believe it was only for the time of the Holy Prophet. It's for the rest of the mankind for all times to come, and it covers all aspects of life, whether they are spiritual, whether they're intellectual, or they're moral.
In the next session, the panel answered questions from the audience.
Actual books of the canon have not changed, nor can they change. All the commentators since then, as part of what is called hermeneutics, understand very clearly that you cannot change a syllable in the Torah.
The speakers shared their appreciation for the Religious Founders Day.
I've really appreciated hearing more about the texts, the sacred texts for different religions. In my work and even as a student, I've traveled to many different countries, to different places, and I've learned a lot about the people and what they believe and how they put that into practice, but don't often hear much about the texts that they use and how did they come to be, but also how do we and how do they, each of us, hold on to them and use them in a different way.
Yeah, I believe that my belief in Sikh religion is further strengthened, not weakened. It's not threatened by anything. The similarities are obvious, and the essence of all religions is brotherly love, and yet how ironic it is that we forget the very essence of it. So I've renewed my belief in that.
The very experience of being in a welcoming community, looking for the diversity, celebrating the diversity, but as it always happens to me when I come to things like this, to realize how much more we have in common than we have differentiation. Yeah, there are certainly differences, but in many respects, we all pray to the same God. We all have the same aspirations of a holy life. And I think what you're doing then makes it even more valuable, because today people are finding ways of saying, no, you're not doing it right. We're the only ones doing it right. What I take away here is that we're all doing it right if we're here.
I really appreciate the opportunity to be here in this beautiful mosque. And it was a wonderful gathering, different faiths. And what I learned here today, which I kind of knew long before, but today it was reaffirmed it, that it's just different religions are just different ways of expressing the same truth. And it was interesting to know a little bit more about the religious scriptures of each religion. I did not know about Torah. I have heard something about Bible, but it was interesting to know about the Gospels. And of course, Quran, we know some little bit, but I learned a lot more about Quran today.
So having this interaction with the other religious leaders is very important, and I have been doing it for last 27 years. And today's meeting was very good because it was the first time we were talking about the scriptures of the other religions, and we learned a lot from each other, and questions were also very good, and they were very educational.
Well, I just think that the people that came and they were all great ambassadors for their faith. They went ahead and talked openly and honestly, and they were, open to questions and everything. So just that, that openness to even come here. I gotta tell you, we're in Houston. This is the Bible Belt. There's a lot of ignorance in this. In the Bible Belt, I know friends that they would never step foot in a mosque because of their prejudice. So the fact that everybody came over here together and was willing to go ahead and be a part of it, I couldn't be prouder to be a part of it. And I just thank you so much for organizing it.
The guests enjoyed friendly discussion over lunch.
يا رب صل على نبيك دائما في هذه الدنيا وبعث ثاني يا عين فيض الله والعرفان يسعى إليك الخلق كالظمان